Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Fans Voice. All right, going to do another mock draft, but this one I'm going to do the first round with every team. I did one previously, but that was I don't even know how long ago. But got another one, after the agency, after some of the things that I have been hearing and some of the things that I have been seeing. So there's adjustments, and it just you never know what's going to happen. But this is how I can see that it playing out. But yeah, let me show you what I got here. All right, guys, here is my first round mock draft. Got some trades in there. I can see 3 or 4 trades happening in in the draft this year. But first up, we got the Raiders taking Fernando Mendoza, as everybody already knew coming in. I knew they were going to. I know I've mocked them trading back. I just not a fan of drafting a quarterback when your team's not ready. But I think it's actually now especially now after seeing the Raiders signing Kirk Cousins, I think it really is a smart decision to draft Fernando Mendoza. You're going to have your future starting quarterback. And with Tom Brady's mentality of quarterbacks getting drafted and they aren't ready or prepped to actually be the starter. They just get thrown into the flame and expect them to survive. I think he's going on a little old school, which is why he grabbed the veteran with Kirk Cousins. He can learn a year or two, and Kirk Cousins can help mentor, and next season or the season after that, when they have the roster to be able to support a young quarterback, he's gonna take off. And I think Fernando Mendoza's good. Don't get me wrong. I think he's good, but I still think he needs a year or two to sit. I think most quarterbacks at least need a year or two to sit and learn. Teams are just too busy drafting a quarterback they're too busy wanting to get their quarterback now. Let's get him in there and hope he does good. But next up is the Jets. I got them grabbing Arvell Reese. I think he fits better for what the Jets need. He's a good pass rusher, but he can also play off-ball linebacker. So that versatility that he has is going to be great for them because they also still need a linebacker as well. And he provides the extra boost, and I think he's going to be really good. He's got that Micah Parsons mold, and it's not a bad mold. That versatility that he has, I like it, and he's a good run stopper too. And I think it's going to be better at stopping the run than Micah Parsons. All right, next up, I got the Saints trading up for David Bailey. Traded back with the Cardinals, traded away pick 8 and 42. And the reason I'm saying Cardinals trading back is because I think that their main focus is going to be offensive line. I know they still need like an edge or something like that. So if they decide to get edge, that's where they're going to stay. And that's probably like no matter what, I think David Bailey is going to go 3 overall. Whether if Cardinals are looking edge, then they're going to stay and they're going to get David Bailey. If not, they're trading back. And I could see the Saints being a possible trade partner to get him because I can also see Tampa going for him or maybe even Miami. But they're going to want to go in there and get a guy who had some really, really good production out of college, especially this past season. The next up, I've got the Titans grabbing Sonny Styles. He's probably the best pure off-ball linebacker in the draft. Not probably. He is the best off-ball linebacker coming out of this draft. He is a physical specimen, and the fact that he can run with the linebackers or wide receivers and still be the size that he is and being able to be as strong as he is. He's really good against the run. He's also got that good coverage ability because he also used to be a safety. I really like him. Think it'd be smart if that's the decision they go. I was torn with the Titans going Sonny Styles or Jeremiah Love. With this one, I decided to go with Sonny Styles. Robert Saleh's defensive minded guy, and I think Tony Pollard is at least a serviceable running back. But if they went Jeremiah Love, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's either going to be one of those two. All right, next up, the Giants grabbing Jeremiah Love. I know they got Cam Scatterbo, but he's a very physical running back, and I think he did good in the few games that he played. I don't like that he absolutely destroyed his ankle. We'll see how he plays after that. He's still young enough to where he could bounce back from it, but it also doesn't hurt to be able to have a running back tandem of Jeremiah Love and Cam Scatterbo. All right, next up, the Browns grabbing Carnell Tate. I, as long as the Browns go wide receiver and offensive line in the first round, I think they won the first round. I think grabbing Carnell Tate, who is probably the best wide receiver in the draft, is a no-brainer, especially since they don't have a wide receiver one on their team. As everybody has seen, Jerry Jeudy is not a reliable wide receiver. But when he does catch the ball, something can happen. But the problem is he going to catch the ball? All right, next I got Washington grabbing Jordan Tyson. Their biggest need is grabbing wide receiver for Jaden Daniels. I don't know why his name slipped my mind for a second because they got Terry McLaurin, but outside of that, they got nothing else. And on top of that, Terry McLaurin is on the wrong side of 30. So he's not getting any younger. Usually wide receivers, their production drops. So getting your future wide receiver one is not a bad idea. You can also see them going edge. For them, if it's they'd be torn between edge and wide receiver, but if they got freaking edge wide receiver Jeremiah Love, I think it's going to be hard for them to pick. But wide receiver is their top priority, and that's why I got them taking probably the second best wide receiver in the draft. Next up, we got the Cardinals, who after trading back, they get their offensive tackle of the future, and he could also. There's also a possibility of bumping into guard, which they also do need a guard as well. So I think he solves their problem easily, and I'm pretty sure. I can't even pronounce his name. We're just going to go with Francis. We're going to call him Francis. I mean, it is his first name, but still. I think Francis was a right tackle, and that is what they need because you got Paris Johnson covering the left side there. Next up, Kansas City grabbing Caleb Downs. So Kansas City needs defensive backs. They need safety and corner, and this guy, and the best defensive back in the draft class, and he can play your nickel, he could play your safety, he could play your box safety, he can cover really good. He's a really good tackler. So why not grab him? It makes perfect sense. That is a position in need that he covers more than just one position, and he will be able to thrive over in Kansas City. I like it. It's a good fit it's a great pick for Kansas City if he makes it to 9. If Caleb Downs makes it to 9, that's where they need to go. I think it's an easy decision. Next up, the Bengals. See, I think they'd be torn between getting edge and corner. They did get edge in the free agency, so I'm thinking they might be leaning towards going in the defensive backfield, more so corner, because they did pick up, was it Chuck Clark or Kyle Duggar? I can't remember. And they also got the safety from Kansas City. I can't remember his name right now. So I think corner is going to be their number one target at pick 10. And Mansour Delane being the best corner in the draft, sitting right there. Let's pick them up. Right now I've got Tampa Bay. They traded up to number 11. They traded away pick 15 and 77. That's what I got mocking for it to be able to come up and get their edge of the future. And the reason why I think that they'll trade up to get him is because, I can see Miami wanting to get him, but wide receiver is their biggest need, so that's why they trade back. And the Cowboys, if Ruben Bain is there at 12, they're going to snatch him right up just because they need damn near anything on defense. So that's why Tampa trading up makes a lot of sense to me to be able to grab their edge because they don't have an edge. So grabbing him at 11, if he makes it there, makes a lot of sense to me. Next up, I got the Cowboys taking Jermod McCoy, second best corner coming out of the draft, and they really need defensive back and, of course, just defense in general. So anything defense, I think, will make sense for them. But grab the best available defensive player with Jermod McCoy. The Rams, they do really need a right tackle. I know they can't, I'm pretty sure they did pick somebody up, but let's get a young guy. He does have a little bit of an experience. He only has 1 year starting in college, but I think he is going to be a monster. He is very athletic for his size. He has a 7-foot wingspan, and I know he's a left tackle, but I think he has the athleticism, and he's a mauler. I think he's going to fit perfectly on the right side, and they're going to have a really good offensive tackle to help protect Matthew Stafford. Next is I got Baltimore picking up Kenyon Sadiq. I know wide receiver is a big one for them. So is guard. They got a lot of positions they need to go for. They aren't going to go for edge. I do believe they will go for edge at some point in the draft, just probably middle rounds. But grabbing Kenyon Sadiq makes a lot of sense for Baltimore. Get the fastest tight end. I think I think he recorded the fastest 40-yard time for a tight end. Let's get the speed for Baltimore. They already got Zay Flowers, who's fast, and they already got Lamar Jackson, who everybody knows is fast, and also Mark Andrews is an aging tight end as well. So they actually cover the wide receiver mark with Kenyon Sadiq, and they also cover the tight end of the future mark with him as well. And I think that'll help. That'll make Lamar Jackson really happy because Kenyon Sadiq can bump out to the outside or be a big slot. I think it makes a lot of sense. And if Kenyon Sadiq goes to Baltimore, he is going to be their leading receiver. All right, next up, got Miami grabbing Makai Lemon. They need to get wide receiver probably more than once in this draft because I really feel bad for Malik Willis. He went there like, okay, roster ain't the greatest, but at least I got Jalen Waddle. They catfished him. So wide receiver, Makai Lemon, really talented, but I think there's a personality to come along with it, which happens a lot with wide receivers. And it's not like it's not what they're kind of used to it from Jalen Waddle, but he does have a lot of talent. Not Jalen, it's not Jalen Waddle. Sorry, Tyreek Hill. They're used to it from Tyreek Hill, but Makai Lemon does have a lot of talent and grabbed the most talent, the next most talented wide receiver in the draft and help make Malik Willis a little happy. Jets, I think they're going to reach a little bit for Ty Simpson. I could see them possibly trading back, but the problem with that is if they trade back, what if Arizona decides to trade up in front of New York to get Ty Simpson? Because I think those are the two most likely teams to go for Ty Simpson. And I think the Jets are going to I think if they really want him so bad, they're just going to get him at pick 16 to make sure the Cardinals don't get him. And they also like him. I think they really like him. And they did do a private workout with him. So I think they are pretty invested in him. And I think that is a likely spot for him to go is at pick 16. All right, now I got the Lions grabbing Caleb Lomu. They were talking about pushing over Penei Sewell to left tackle if need be. But with Lomu there, he is a left tackle. And I know some people say because he's got shorter arms, like he can move in, he's going to get moved into guard. But at least if they get Caleb Lomu, he is a good pass protector, and I like them going offensive line, and I think he can be a good left tackle in the league. All right. The Vikings are going to grab Dylan Theinman. He's a really interesting prospect because like he's so fast. He's a good coverage guy. He's got versatility. He's a good tackler. I like it. I think he's going to be really good in the league. And Vikings grabbed exactly what they need. And Panthers are going to grab Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I don't see any of the other positions along with the players with that position going to be an absolute need for them. So they're going to go need over so I think they're going to go need over best available. And one of the biggest needs is safety. So could be a reach, but I have seen McNeil Warren be mocked in the first round. And if they get mocked in the first round, it's either going to be the Vikings or the Panthers. But McNeil Warren is a good coverage guy. He is also a good tackler. I like what he did with Toledo. I think he can also be really good. I am a little wary of him playing at Toledo, not one of the big name schools, so not the strongest of competition, but you never know what's going to happen. All right, now we got the Dallas Cowboys getting the next best linebacker or next best available. I don't think he's the next best linebacker. I think Jacob Rodriguez is, but I think they're going to value him being at Georgia. It's the school. It's a lot of people, a lot of teams are going to look at the school and the competition that they faced. But they grabbed C.J. Allen, who is still a good linebacker, and it fills in another position need for the Cowboys. I got the Steelers grabbing Ione, guard out of Penn State. I know some people think that they're going to go wide receiver, I think it's the best move for them to go because they need a left guard, and he is a left guard, and he is the best guard in the draft, and they're in perfect position to draft him. Now, next I got the Chargers grabbing Peter Woods. He's a good defensive tackle. He can get after the quarterback. He can stop the run. He's got good size. Uh, he's got good athleticism. Excuse me. To go along with it, I think it makes a lot of sense. Because unless they want to trade back, I don't to get a guard, but I think they could still get a guard in the second round, another guy who could start. I think what is his name, Dunker out of Iowa, and there's Rutledge as well out of Georgia Tech that they can grab. I think they got pick 55 because I think Pregnon's going to be gone before they could get him. But so let's get Peter Woods. Defense tackle's also a position of need for them. Next up is the Eagles. They really need an edge. They're going to grab Akeem Messidor. He is a really good pass rusher, and I think they're going to prefer him over Keldrick Folk. I think they're going to like his. I think that his production has been better. And then I got the Browns grabbing Caden Proctor. Apparently they really like him, and I heard that there's been some talk about the Browns even picking him at pick 6, which is weird. I don't know. But the Browns really like him, and he's a good offensive lineman. The only problem is he gets beat on the inside as a tackle, so he could be moved into guard. Who knows what's going to happen, but he does play the left side, and they do need a left tackle. Next up, I got the Bears grabbing Keldrick Folk. Bears need edge. And he's he's best available. They're going to go best available. The Bills, I got them grabbing Jacob Rodriguez. Again, I think he's probably the second best linebacker, and he's also the best linebacker available. Some people might think it's a reach, but I think he can go first round, and it's late first round. It's not, and it's it's a big position need for the Bills. I think I was torn between him and Cassius Howell, but I decided to go Jacob Rodriguez because they really need an inside linebacker. And Rodriguez, he is a all-around good linebacker. He's a good tackler. He's good in coverage, and he creates turnovers. San Francisco, as of right now, I got them going left tackle with Blake Miller because we don't know what's going on with Trent Williams. I know there's positive talks, but we don't know. And besides, you never know. This could be Trent Williams' last season, and now at least they got their left tackle of the future, and they don't have to worry about getting one next year. All right, Texas. I got them grabbing Spencer Fano. They need offensive line still. I was torn between Spencer Fano and grabbing Caden McDonald. I think either or makes sense for them, but at least Spencer Fano, they're addressing the O-line, which I feel like they haven't addressed it enough. And over the last couple of seasons, and I think this year they've already at least addressed it a little bit, and at least this year, I think that they should go first round offensive tackle. They need it. I'm pretty sure he's tired of getting chased. Now, the Chiefs, I got them grabbing TJ Parker. He's a really good run stopper. He has produced, he's gotten sacks. He got 5 sacks this past season, then he had 11 the season before. But the weird thing is his pressure rate isn't the highest. So I think it's weird, but with him having Karlaftis across from him, I think that's going to help. It's going to help him a lot more, and I think he's going to be able to at least produce something. And I think he can still, the rookie season, probably 7-8 sacks. That's my best guess, and which is still good. That is still really good. Coming out of college, getting 7-8 sacks first year, it's beautiful. It's perfect. All right, now I got Miami taking Colton Hood. He's a really good cornerback, and he can easily come in there, and he'd probably come in either CB2, but he's going to come in and he's going he's going to be a starter right away. And Jeff Hafley, I'm pretty sure he was a cornerbacks coach, and he's good with corners. So it makes perfect sense for them with their second first round pick to get a corner. All right, now I got the Patriots grabbing Casey Concepcion. They need another wide receiver. I don't think Dobbs, he moves the needle, but not too much. So grabbing Casey Concepcion, who is an electrifying player. He's a really good route runner. He can also be their special teams, be on special teams as their returner. They need it. They need more than just the wide receivers that they got. It's not, they don't have horrible receivers, but they also don't got the best. They need to help out Drake May more. All right, next I got Pittsburgh trading back up into the first round to grab Omar Cooper. They're trading pick 53, 85, 121, and 237 to be able to get back up in the first round. No, I do not think it's too much. They're trading back up 21 spots into the first round to be able to grab first round talent. And then it makes a lot of sense for Seattle to do it. Seattle still has most of their starters, and I don't think it's wise for them to reach for a running back with pick 32. They could still get a good quality running back in the second round that could come in there and be rotational with Charbonnet. And then it also allows them to be able to get more depth, more pieces. There's some with the picks that they're getting from Pittsburgh. There are good quality players in those spots that I think they will be able to get and mold them. So Seattle is getting exactly what they need. Pittsburgh is getting exactly what they need. It's a win-win situation, and I think Pittsburgh's going to go big in Pittsburgh for the draft, and this is a big show for Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh's grabbing Omar Cooper, who was Mendoza's favorite target in college, and he's got good hands, really good route runner. He's got some good speed, and I think he's going to be able to come in there and be their slot guy. And I like it because he's not that small guy. I know a lot of people, they're saying Pittsburgh needs to go for a slot guy or the speedy guy. Well, they do need to go for a slot guy, but a lot of the times when people are saying the slot guy, they're thinking the 5'9", 5'10", 170, 180-pound guy. That's just pure speed. This seems like I don't like that. I like guys who still got some mass to them, who's not going to go down when you blow on them. I think Omar Cooper fits that. And then Pittsburgh already also has their speedy guy. In case you guys haven't forgotten, DK Metcalf got speed. Do you guys not remember him chasing down Budda Baker when he was already 20 yards behind him and then catching up? And apparently he said that he wasn't even running as fastest. So DK Metcalf is their speed guy. He is their big play guy. Michael Pittman is their over the middle guy. Now we need our guy who's got a good route tree. I think Omar Cooper is really good, and he's a good route runner and is exactly what they need. So now they got their speedy big play guy, who's also a big guy. And they got their over the middle guy, who's a big guy. And now they got their route runner, who's a decent sized guy. I like it. And I think this would be perfect for Pittsburgh. Yeah. I also think that there's a possibility Buffalo trades back because after pick 26, they're going to have to wait all the way until pick 91 to pick again. So I can also see them trading back. If they trade back, I don't see it still being in the first round because they're not going to want to trade. The only other team I could see wanting to trade up, it would be the Patriots, but they're not going to want to trade in their division. So if they're going to trade back, they're going to trade back within pick 33 and pick 40, and they'll be able to get another day 2 pick. So that way they will have 3 day 2 picks, and they can still get they'd still probably be able to get Jacob Rodriguez or Cassius Howe or both, which would be ideal. And then they can also grab a wide receiver with pick 91 as well. But this is my first round mock draft for every team. Let me know what you guys think. I know some of y'all gonna laugh, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'll talk with you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.